Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a young man named Marco.
Marco was 24 years old and very restless because his mind was always full of many chaotic thoughts.
All day long, different thoughts came and went, and these constant thoughts made him feel uneasy and tired.
He always felt sad about his past and spent a lot of time worrying about the uncertain future. Because of these heavy thoughts, his mind was like a storm that never seemed to stop its rain. He could not feel calm, he could not sleep well, and he even forgot how to smile anymore. One day, Marco heard about a faraway village located high in the hills where peace resided daily. People said that a wise old man lived there who knew the secrets of the human mind well.
That man used to be a famous psychologist in the city, helping many people find their inner peace.
He had taught them how to find peace in their minds and escape the noise of their lives.
Now he was old, so he left the busy life of the city to live in nature alone.
He started living in a quiet village close to nature, where the air was always fresh and still. Sometimes he gave advice to visitors who traveled from very far away just to hear his quiet words.
Marco became curious and hopeful, deciding that he must go and meet that wise old man very soon. He thought, maybe this wise man can help me find peace and stop the storm inside me.
After many days of a long and tiring journey, Marco finally reached the village in the high hills.
He walked through thick forests and crossed cold rivers, while thinking about the life he left behind him.
His legs were sore and his body was tired, but his mind stayed focused on finding the man.
On the porch of the house, the old man was sitting quietly, with a very peaceful expression.
His eyes were closed, and he looked very peaceful, as if he were part of the mountain itself.
Grandfather, my mind is very restless, and I am tired.
I cannot stop thinking, and I want peace in my heart. Can you please help me find it?
The old man slowly opened his eyes and gave a calm smile that made Marco feel very safe.
He said, "So you are looking for peace? Then come with me, and I will give you tasks."
He took Marco to his little yard and picked up a clear glass from a small wooden table.
Then he filled a glass with water completely full to the top, until it could hold no more.
The glass was so full that even a little shake would make the water spill onto the ground.
He gave the glass to Marco and said, "Walk from here to the edge of the village now."
Walk to the edge of the village and then come back to me here on this very porch.
But remember, you must not spill even one drop of water during your entire walk through the village.
He held the glass carefully and started walking toward the narrow road that led into the busy village.
The road was narrow and busy, with many people walking and some people running to their daily jobs.
Shopkeepers were calling customers loudly, and dogs were barking at the many strangers passing by their homes.
But Marco did not look around at the people, because his eyes stayed only on the full glass. He walked slowly and carefully, taking one step at a time to keep the water perfectly still inside. People looked at him with surprise, but no one disturbed him as he walked along the busy path. They knew he was learning something important, so they gave him space to finish his difficult, silent task.
Marco finally reached the edge of the village
and turned back toward the old man's quiet little house. He maintained his focus, ignoring the noise of the world to keep the water from spilling out today.
Finally, Marco came back to the old man and said, "Grandfather, I did it! I really did it!"
I didn't spill even one drop of water during the entire journey through the busy village streets today.
The old man nodded and smiled at Marco. Then he asked a very simple but important question.
That's good, but tell me, did you see the children playing on the side of the dusty road?
Did you hear the dogs barking? Or hear the shopkeepers calling out to people in the market?
Marco looked surprised and said, "No, I didn't see or hear anything while I was walking there."
I was only focusing on the glass, making sure that not a single drop fell to the ground.
The old man smiled again and said gently, "That is the secret you have been looking for."
Something that was always inside you, but you didn't know it because you were looking elsewhere today.
When your mind stays in the present moment, then there is no space for any more fear.
There is no confusion and no extra thoughts when you are fully engaged in the here and now.
You were only thinking about the water in the glass, so your mind became completely quiet then.
You were not sad about the past, and you were not afraid of the future during that walk.